Puffy just lied, just demand.
When she was getting banged, she liked to scream a lot.
I was recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes.
Now the dude, he was a multi-millionaire. We all know him. For the record, it's not Jay-Z.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
I think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Will it go till?
That's a different type of party.
If it's an open relationship, understand that means him and men.
To describe Puffy in one word is
There's freak-off videos being sold underground right now in Hollywood featuring big artists when they didn't even know they were being recorded, and I'm going to show you everything.
You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this.
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really?
This was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped, like they're being surreptitiously recorded.
They know what happens at midnight. At midnight, certain things happen. Girls get naked. All of a sudden, everybody's naked. Who do you think went through there? Everybody.
You know, I invited everybody. Everybody was Jamie Foxx, Ashton, Cameron Diaz. I mean, it was Will Smith, Chris Rock, everybody that was moving and shaking in Hollywood.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participate.
There are reportedly freak-off videos currently being traded secretly around Hollywood, and they supposedly involve major musicians who had no idea they were even being recorded. In this video, I'm going to break down everything that's been circulating. As many of you may have heard, certain individuals are allegedly selling recordings connected to Diddy's so-called freak-off parties throughout Hollywood. These tapes supposedly feature people who attended the events, but didn't realize cameras were capturing what was happening. So let's look at the celebrities who are rumored to appear on those recordings and who may now be trying to buy them back. Some of the names might shock you, while others could completely surprise you, because there's a lot of information here that many people haven't seen before. Let's start with Beyonce.
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything, just pretending like life is great in Paris.
One point, I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly. He threw a party, and he said, "Yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw." I'm like, "You are out of your mind." And I said, "Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400.
So what are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and, you know,
liars.
They were saying, yeah, should they speak up now?
It's getting a little too late for those who are complicit.
2020, y'all. And it's different than when it was 2016. You know, the game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire. That good? Oh, you put that thing on the woo! You see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as this. You see how we do it here on Saturday, just as good as
This particular tape was never publicly released because the rapper who reportedly had possession of it, Pimp C, died under mysterious circumstances after an overdose involving a drug known as lean. Lean is a narcotic mixture commonly combined with Sprite and has long been associated with rap culture. Many people found the timing suspicious, especially since rumors suggested he possessed damaging material. According to speculation, Diddy and Jay-Z were never going to allow something like that to circulate publicly. After that situation, it was said that Diddy began doing whatever Beyonce asked.
In fact, a lot of people don't know that cheesecake we went and got was from Beyonce. She was upstairs the whole time. That's a fun fact people don't know. People like, y'all walked and got a cheesecake. It was for Beyonce.
I was throwing this party for the MTV Movie Award. Beckham's was there. I remember Beyonce was there. Security comes to get me and says, you have a guest here who wasn't on the list. And I'm like, who? He's like, Michael Jackson. So then I go towards the back, and it's Michael. I'm like, Michael, what's up? Like, what you doing here? And he was like, you know, I'm here with Brett Ratner. You know, we came to the party. Is everything cool? Can we come?
Another name that comes up in discussions around these parties is Brett Ratner, a well-known film director famous for projects like Rush Hour. Ratner was reportedly a frequent attendee at Diddy's events and has faced numerous sexual assault allegations over the years, similar to accusations that have surrounded figures like Diddy and Harvey Weinstein. According to insiders, the culture within the industry could be extremely controlling. Many claimed that if you wanted to advance in entertainment, you were expected to follow the demands of powerful figures, otherwise your career could stall completely. But that's a much bigger story for another time.
And he leans over to me. We taking some pictures. He leans over to me. He's like, "Where's Beyonce?" So I run up on B. B is on the dance floor. I'm like, B. Michael said he wants to meet you, whatever. And so I get Mike. Bring him over. He's like, I love the record, whatever. He goes, tells the DJ to play the record, and he was also ready to go for his as a man. I think we all as men at that time wanted to dance with Beyonce.
Some rumors have also suggested that Jay-Z and Beyonce allegedly maintained an open relationship. Claims circulating online say that during certain high-profile parties hosted by Diddy, they could supposedly interact with whoever they chose. People often compare those rumors to the long-discussed relationship dynamic between another famous Hollywood couple, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith.
Just large, just the man. I think Puffy is now in that rap renaissance, kind of being part of defining really where rap is going. He's making people dance again.
If it's an open relationship, understand that means him and men, not you thinking about it wrong.
Diddy and Will Smith have reportedly attended the same party circles for many years. According to people who are familiar with those gatherings, the atmosphere could become extremely wild as the night progressed. Interestingly, there are very few photos from Diddy's parties after a certain hour. Reports claim that once things began getting more intense, Diddy would collect everyone's phones to prevent any recordings or photos. Some believe this was done to keep what happened at those events private. Comedian Cat Williams once suggested that in Hollywood, if you play along with what powerful people want, your career moves forward quickly. But if you refuse, the road can become very difficult. Even today, Will Smith has remained publicly friendly with Diddy and has not made any statements regarding the accusations or Diddy's legal troubles.
People got heroes, but then you got that hero, that one hero. That's my brother Will Smith right here. Let's give him a round of applause. Happy Easter, man!
Family, what's the deal? We need you. So I'm gonna take that opportunity to say that to you right now. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Thank you
all
very
of my
much.
healthcare workers. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank God that God gave us a Will Smith, and that's real talk.
Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
I don't want to get you in trouble with Jay.
At one point, a former assistant who allegedly worked for Will Smith made claims suggesting that Will had been involved in a private relationship with another man. Because of that allegation, some people speculate about what might have happened at those same parties hosted by Diddy.
It was not my friend. I was his friend. So I could tell you what goes on the inside. Everybody else is just speculation.
Damn. Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book. Your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So it's like you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
And then I've saw sexual acts that I walked in them.
Who'd you walk in on?
Him and Dwayne Martin. All right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will. There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him.
Go ahead and let it come out, Will. That's why Tisha left Wayne. Everybody know. Anybody from LA know you and Dwayne are an idol.
Now, everybody know now about the Diddy parties, but you go to the Diddy party, it's gonna be like an eyes wide shut. For one reason or another, she got invited to a Diddy party in Cancun. In the middle of this room, she tell me Diddy is over here on one couch, and Dwayne Martin is over there on the other couch, and Diddy is throwing grapes, and Dwayne Martin is over there catching them with his mouth.
We done heard all these stories. We know all these stories. We done known somebody that was picked up on. I got homeboys that Magic Johnson done try to pull.
Another rumor circulating through celebrity gossip columns mentions Magic Johnson being indirectly connected to the broader Diddy controversy. The speculation focuses on Johnson's son EJ, who was reportedly a fan of attending those well-known Diddy parties. Whether Will Smith is attracted to men or not is ultimately irrelevant to many fans. Plenty of people still admire him, and simply hope he was never involved in situations where anyone present was intoxicated or pressured into being there. However, another major celebrity linked to both Will Smith and Diddy is Jamie Foxx, who some claim played an unexpected role in recording events at those parties.
We were in Africa. Will Smith showed me something I never seen. He walks out in the townships with the people, and they lift him up and carry him through the township. It was amazing. I would show up to the party, puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. Yo, what's up, Playboy? What you talking about? I said, oh, I should get this, man. You fines with the whole night. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me. So I get but at that time, it wasn't like the little camera y'all got in. It was the big intrusive Canon. I had a battery pack. Hold on, man. So I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel, filming this. And it's a pool party that is ridiculous money.
And we're also having a party this year in LA. We throw the best party, the best music. Yeah! We into it. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is widely respected as an incredible performer and entertainer. According to rumors, when he first began filming moments at Diddy's parties, he may have believed everyone was simply enjoying themselves and having a good time. But some speculate that he eventually witnessed things he was never meant to see. There are also rumors suggesting that Diddy may have attempted to poison Foxx when it appeared he might reveal information about what he knew. Around that same time, Foxx suddenly became seriously ill.
Foxx sharing new details about the mysterious medical emergency that led to his hospitalization last year.
April 11th last year, bad headache. That's my boy for Advil. Off for 20 days. I don't remember anything.
We really don't know a lot of specifics when it comes to the medical conditions. Last year, we were hearing reports of him being unable to walk. So whatever he went through, it was obviously very, very serious.
Of course, these claims remain rumors, but many observers have pointed out that several people close to Diddy have either died unexpectedly or experienced near-fatal situations. The list is long and controversial. At one point, Jamie Foxx and Diddy were even seen performing together alongside another well-known rapper.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes. Super Zest Monster. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, we got to bring some, what they call them, fun boys.
I'm walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. So I look at the chain and I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? Like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then, meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand. He says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section. You can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word? For real? Like,
they say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. He was a gay dude, super cool. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad, pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. He stayed in there with them, bro. Bro, that's common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix. How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes? Oh, I knew about this like in 2012. There's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section, it's all men in the section. I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? He got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Pulled them to the side, and then they walled them off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. Anybody that's in the mix, bro,
That rapper was Busta Rhymes. Whatever Busta chooses to do in his private life is entirely his own business. However, It's worth remembering that Jamie Foxx was reportedly documenting many of Diddy's gatherings, and Busta Rhymes was said to be present at several of those events. Because of that, some people speculate that federal investigators may now have access to those recordings as part of ongoing investigations. Eventually, Diddy also started expanding into the movie industry and began bringing new people into his party circle.
He's new to me, right? He looked after me. He took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas. He's a very intense man because I think he come from nothing and now he's very, very powerful. People that do stuff like that, they're intense. Now, I like him. He's very influential. Say that you don't want to do something and Diddy does want you to do it. It's really hard to not do that thing. Like, he's very influential.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? We are on the plane right now. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Very, 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 very dear friend of mine. We go way back. We're going out on like a date to a guy's night, with a normal day, but like a man and a woman, or perhaps two gay men or lesbian men. The best possible result of that date is sex. Now, without a heterosexual date, what is the best thing that can happen? It's vegan. We can find a woman that has to really say if you go to Vegas for 48 hours, somebody doesn't go to the hospital, then it wasn't a success. Wasn't a success.
Many people now believe that Diddy rarely accepted no as an answer. Several accusations claim he pressured people into doing things they did not want to do, which is part of the reason he is currently facing serious legal problems. Reports say he would fly different celebrities around the country to attend these gatherings. According to some witnesses, Diddy seemed to enjoy watching other men interact with women in front of him during these events.
Just sent straight from Philly. Philly MC said they want that smoke, so we want to see what y'all got. Meek Mill, you ain't got nothing but air and opportunity to show them how it's done.
I'm at a point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets, and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time.
Where would you be right now if you were just Meek Mill, who nobody knew, if you didn't have all these powerful people who raised your case up and made people?
I would be in prison.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Meek Mill's got to deal with what he got to deal with based on the relationship him and Puff had.
Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me.
Now that I'm engaged, I've decided to slow down a little. 3 Diddy parties a week. Maybe 4. Not including the weekends.
Boy, I remember one day we went to this Diddy party. But what happened? Lil Jon forgot his pimp cup. Yep. D-Rock went to Diddy and asked if he had a pimp cup Lil Jon can borrow. And he had a whole bunch of pimp cups. He had a pimp set.
It's hard to say which is more off the hook. A Diddy party or a Diddy after party, or a Diddy after party, which is basically a pre-party for the next Diddy party.
There already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became.
But what if the entire story behind some of hip-hop's biggest stars was built on a carefully crafted illusion? Some people believe that what looked like mentorship, networking events, and career opportunities were actually disguises for something darker happening behind the scenes. The rise of Meek Mill from the dangerous streets of Philadelphia to global fame has been used by some commentators as an example. In those claims, the gatherings weren't about networking at all. Instead, they allegedly functioned as environments where young artists were manipulated. What appeared to be mentorship might actually have been conditioning. Success stories could have been part of a larger system designed to control rising stars. According to these theories, the real purpose behind those gatherings was to collect information and maintain long-term leverage over influential figures.
Powerful. You didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that wanted to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying, so had the ups on Ja Rule so he could go after Jay-Z. You understand what I'm saying? So he always played those kind of up games on people. So to have those cameras and know what he was doing, it's gonna give him the ups on everybody who came to that party. Even your favorite basketball player. Ain't no party like a Diddy party. We know who said that. He may be one of the persons who got caught up in the Diddy party.
I think it's a conspiracy against me, you know, because in the absence of the truth will prevail. So as long as nobody out there spitting real, you know, you can come up with anything and it'll sell, you know what I'm saying? But once you put the truth out there, it's like people have something to compare everything else to. So, you know, you got a lot of people who are not really happy about the fact that, you know, my album is about to drop. You know, they're not really happy about, you know, Lord, give me a sign. And, you know, we in here and, you know, things of that nature. But you know what? If you want to rap or sing or whatever, don't become a part of the game. You know what? Listen to a song I called The Industry. And that pretty much explains, you know what I'm saying, what it's about. The industry. Man, it's not the same. The industry, it's not a game. The industry, real is dying to get in. The industry, just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going to dress like this and talk with the gap. The industry got y'all word meaning nothing. The industry, what you heard, because he's bluffing. The industry, money, bitches, hate. But I dare you to try to take a thing off my plate. The industry like, wait, but in the streets we like, get him. 17 up in that thing, catch him sleeping, hit him. My pop whoever's with him. The coroner's coming to get him.
One commentator described the situation by saying that someone with as much power as Diddy doesn't reach that level without having leverage over multiple people. He explained that Diddy often played artists against each other throughout the years. The example was given that he did it with Notorious B.I.G., Craig Mack, and others during the early days of his label. According to this perspective, creating rivalries and gathering compromising information helped him maintain control. Having cameras at parties could provide leverage over anyone who attended. Even major athletes and celebrities might have been caught up in that system. The phrase, "ain't no party like a Diddy party," became famous, and some believe certain celebrities may regret ever attending. Others have pushed back strongly against these accusations, saying conspiracies often appear when the truth is unclear. Some artists argue that the music industry itself has always been controversial and controlling. Songs criticizing the industry describe it as a system where artists are pressured to act a certain way, dress a certain way, and behave according to expectations set by powerful executives.
Tell you, look, if you just pay attention to the testimony, there were videos on an iPad that the employees had access to, right? And you can't tell me, anyone who's watching this, they've been anywhere and something was going down and somebody said, hey man, give me a copy of that, right? I mean, we can go back to the R. Kelly tape. That was VHS. You know how hard it is to make a copy of a VHS? and it was probably 30 or 40 of them tapes in every neighborhood, right? Now we talking about digital. Now we talking about, hey man, airdrop me that video, right? Hey, exactly, because I am pretty sure either through the dark web or through one-sided consent of some sort, it's going to be released.
The things that the devil does, it's not so much a person, even though he acts through people. You know, you can't call one person the devil. You know, you can't call any one person the devil. You can't do that because no one person has enough power to be the devil. You know, and you know, it's through all these hardships that I realized that, you know what, this is God's country because I met the devil here. Because if I hadn't met the devil here, I wouldn't realize I was strong enough to overcome the obstacles that the devil would face in my path. And it's by overcoming these obstacles that I realized that this is God's country. Because He helped me get.
Observers who believe the accusations argue that Diddy's parties were not simply about entertainment. According to those claims, everything was recorded. Every celebrity appearance, every interaction, and every potentially compromising situation was allegedly documented. Some speculate that even sports icons like LeBron James might have attended those gatherings, though no verified evidence confirms such claims. The theory suggests the recordings were used as a form of control. Anyone who attended could become vulnerable to blackmail. In that scenario, powerful entertainers and athletes could be manipulated through the fear that private recordings might someday become public.
With all the man-on-man action that I'm learning about, I mean, like with the puffy parties, like the last thing I ever thought that went on there was gay stuff. Not that gay stuff was wrong, it's wonderful. I just did not think that's what Puffy was doing.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it either. And even when my assistant said that stuff, I still was like joking it off. And it wasn't until later on that I heard other things from people that worked from him. You know, you remember that back in the times of slavery, they had a thing called breaking the buck. That people in the industry are still making young rappers who have fought the worst of circumstances, being disenfranchised, being discounted, and then they finally like, I'm gonna put it into music. I'm gonna do it in the music. I'm gonna, get myself together, and they go and see someone and they tell.
Lawyers connected to ongoing investigations have stated publicly that recordings from these events may exist and could eventually surface during legal proceedings. If that's true, it would mean years of parties, years of recordings, and years of compromising material involving some of the biggest celebrities in entertainment. Many believe those recordings could be stored somewhere and potentially released in court. That possibility creates fear for anyone who attended the events. The theory suggests this is how modern power structures operate in Hollywood, not through physical control, but through psychological leverage. Instead of chains, the control comes from embarrassing footage that could destroy reputations. According to this interpretation, artists like Meek Mill may not have simply been guests at these events. Some claim they were gradually pulled into a system designed to control them. To understand those claims, people say you have to look at the psychological tactics allegedly used behind the scenes.
Rappers, they're all so tough until you hear their real name.
Yeah, or until you see them at a Puffy party.
Oh.
Then they're not tough no more. I'm surprised that the rap game is still alive because the masculinity that the rappers are supposed to portray.
Actor Terrence Howard once referenced a phrase known as breaking the buck. He suggested the concept echoes brutal practices from historical systems of oppression, but adapted to modern power structures. According to this viewpoint, talented young artists such as Lil Baby, Meek Mill, and Usher could be psychologically manipulated through participation in filmed private activities. Critics say this wouldn't simply be hazing or initiation. Instead, it would be trauma deliberately created to keep people dependent and silent. By filming these moments, the alleged perpetrators would ensure victims never forgot what happened and felt unable to resist future demands.
I saw this lawsuit that made it seem as if perhaps Diddy and Meek Mill had...
I mean, to each their own, and why would they not have when they're gay rappers?
They. Do you think Meek Mill's gay?
We all know he's gay.
Who's we?
Rick Ross knows he's gay.
I didn't know. It's news to me.
Everybody, Rick Ross knows.
You think Rick Ross would sign a gay rapper?
Industry is full of a bunch of dick-sucking, dick-riding, bending over the desk ass straight up like that. Whoever don't like it, bring it, nigga. Bring it. I don't give a Bring it. Bring it, bitch.
Well, the industry is full of homo hating ass. I mean, it's like they got this new breed of rapper that's paying DJs to play this. Right. You know what I'm saying? They sucking the record label executive dicks, and it's like there's too much of that going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? Let me be me. Let me be the artist that I am and just play my music. You know what I mean? Exactly. Now they want you all up under this, sitting at the going to dinner with them and like that, and all that favor for a favor shit. I don't get down like that. Look, I give you the music, you give my money. That's it.
A lot of the love I had for wanting to be a part of the industry is not there anymore.
I don't even associate myself with the industry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. You know?
And you've always stood alone, and you know, bloodline.
I'm not. You're not gonna see me at every party, every industry party, all the clubs. I go somewhere quiet, man. Shoot pool with me and my mans and them. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit I do. You know what I'm saying? My remote control cars, jump on the four wheelers. You know what I mean? I ain't with all that in the club, throwing it up and all that. I ain't got time for that, man. I mean, then you find yourself doing the same every day. What are you, alcoholic? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Give it a break, man. Live a little. You know what I mean? Play with my kids, man. I play with my toys, I play with my dogs, man. You know what I'm saying? We go somewhere, shoot pool. We do what the we do. I mean, that's why you see us in places that you don't normally see. You're like, damn, why you here? Well, I'm here because why are you here, mother? You here playing video games? I ain't there. You know what I mean?
These had the nerve to tell me one time, I said, yo, why I can't have two videos playing at the same time? Oh, because we don't want your videos to compete with each other. But then I turn on the TV, I ain't gonna say no artist names, but they got 3 videos back to back.
Exactly.
I'm like, you feeding me? Exactly. And you sucking these dicks all crazy, man. What's wrong with you? Yo, I had to punch one nigga in his face up there, man. After that, I was like, I'm not going to the office no more.
Is that how it went down?
Yeah. Cause I don't, I'm a grown-ass man, and I ain't got time to be playing no kid games, man. So once I see I'm not dealing with a man, and he disrespects me, I'm breaking.
Terrence Howard also suggested that some of the artists who portray the toughest, most aggressive personas in their music might actually be dealing with deep psychological damage behind the scenes. In that interpretation, the louder someone projects strength publicly, the more they may be hiding humiliation experienced privately. Their public image then becomes a shield designed to mask those experiences.
He got locked up. Meek Mill came out saying that he'll pay somebody $100 grand to investigate that he has nothing to do with anything with Diddy.
Man, look, you can't take back what your received. That's just like the video that's coming out with him and Will. With Will Smith getting the Will Smith. You ain't heard the Will Smith footage?
Yeah.
Alright, Will Smith. Then they got the Carl Winslow. Yeah, they got a lot, bro. There's a lot coming out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just keep it to you 1,000.
Former child actor Orlando Brown has also spoken publicly about these controversies. In interviews, he has mentioned names such as Meek Mill and Rick Ross while discussing what he believes is a broader system of control in the entertainment industry. Brown frames the issue not as personal lifestyle choices, but as a coordinated effort to manipulate and humiliate powerful figures. He has even suggested that physical evidence exists to support his claims. Clip 19. According to Orlando Brown, there is recorded footage that could eventually surface showing several celebrities in uncomfortable or compromising situations connected to Diddy. Among the names he has mentioned are Carl Winslow's actor, Will Smith, and Meek Mill. Brown claims these recordings will eventually be revealed, though none of these allegations have been confirmed through verified evidence.